Hey, been a minute, I know. It's evening. How are you? I hope you're having, well, a lovely calm down. It's, I don't know, about 6:30. Got the first set of chickens to bed, and next set won't happen until about 9 p.m. Well, 8:30, something like that. So, I got a few minutes, and I can play. Okay. All right, so I haven't been on here because I've realized a thing. I don't know if you've watched any of my other stuff, but way back in November 19 and getting the information I got about the COVID vaccine and how it was a cleansing and all of this stuff. Well, that's been a big bother for me. First of all, because I don't know what exactly the cleansing has been, and I seen it. Like in the beginning, I had no clue what it was. I basically got the idea of the 3D mindset of, hey, there is a, say a factory, somebody else bought the factory, and things aren't quite working, right? And everybody had been working at the factory. They didn't really take care, so they didn't have hard workers, and they were just turning them over, coming in and out, and in and out, and in and out. All right, so somebody comes in, new owner, and they're like, all right, I got to clean this shit up, right? The cleansing. So they're keeping all of the workers who are valuable, those that actually do work, that show up on time, that are beneficial to the factory, they're keeping them on, right? And the ones that are not, and they come in 4 days a week, or is always late, or half-assed does their job, or sits there twiddling their thumbs and makes somebody else do extra, while they're just sitting there, and then wants to bitch and complain. Well, they clean them out, because what good are you that you're putting the extra load on these people who have been very honorable and diligent in coming in, working every day and doing what is asked and being paid and da da da. You are not going to stay here and treat them like shit and make their lives miserable. We're going to make this a good family oriented factory, and everyone is going to be able to get along and get shares, and then there's going to be understanding and da da. Okay. So that's the only thing that I got at that time. Well, the farther that it's gone, it's been more of a split in humanity, and I've had that for a couple of years now as well. There's a split in humanity. I'm a little heartbroken. A little more than a little heartbroken. Because I know what the split of humanity means, and we're all going through changes right now. And I tried to give people advice prior to this moment and be like, hey, it's time to heal. You can do the things. You can change your mind. You can make new choices. You are allowed to do things differently. I mean, technically, we wake up each morning and it's a whole new day, whole new experiences, whole new play, right? We're the ones who hold on to the thing from yesterday or yesteryear and pull it into our day to day, which is what keeps us from living in our now moment. That's what happens. Well, we're all being forced to deal with that stuff. The world that we live on, she is literally shaking. She is letting out steam because there has been so much pressure build up from all of the negative stuff, from all of the unhealthy programming. She's going to rock. And honestly, at the end of this, it is going to be the most magnificent thing for humanity. It is the most beautiful, beautiful thing. Because it's not just that we see with our eyes, we actually feel one another. We have a better comprehension of what our energy bubbles are to each other. We have a stronger discernment on whom we actually connect with and who we don't. But I know that there are a lot of people that I cannot bring with me because they're not where I'm at. And that seems so bad because I'm like, I want everybody to heal and do and be and help them grow, right? That's kind of my thing. And those that are nearest and dearest to me are not ready. It doesn't matter what I've said. They aren't ready. Life has thrown shit on them, and they've, I don't know, it's kind of like, it reminds me of my father. And he's dead, been dead a long time. Anywho, it reminds me of my father, who always believed that he could not be forgiven. God's not going to forgive me for all the shit I did. And yeah, he was a horrible man, but he was also a very loving man. That he believed, because he was such a horrible man, that he did not deserve the things he desired, nor the love of God, or God's forgiveness. So how could he have anything he wanted in his world? And I get that. I get that. He was just like 42 when he died. He had a whole 12 years of being an adult. And he was murdered. And of course he believed he was going to hell, so he totally went to hell in his mind, because, you know, our end is what we believe it is. Our whole world is our imagination. And I'll have to get into that more on a different video. But right now I'm sitting here going, hey, we got a lot of stuff we got to deal with. There's a lot of shadows. There's a lot of things we sweep under the rug that we don't want to look at, that you're going to have to look at, honey. You're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to take a peek, no matter how ugly it is. Okay? And this is what I want you to do. I want you to pretend like you're looking at it from someone else's perception. Yeah. Like, pretend that the situation that you are so afraid to look at because it's so painful, harmful, hurtful, sad, just absolute disgust. It can be that bad. Pretend like you are the one that someone came to get advice from over that situation. So it's not even you, it's somebody else. It's somebody that was an acquaintance coming to talk to you, so that you've even extended that emotion, so it's not right here holding on and hurting your gut and your heart, okay? So we're going to pretend like it is someone completely different. It's not even in your realm, and you're going to look at it as an observer. You're just observing the situation and the things. And then I want you to imagine what advice you would give to that person. What advice would you give to that person? What advice have you heard that you would love to carry as your own? That's what I'd like for you to do with all the situations. And look at it until you see a neutral point. A neutral point, yes. Because absolutely nothing is personal. It is just the way it is. Things happen. You were in the way. You just happened to be the one pinpointed. It wasn't that somebody came and went, yes, I've got to do this to that person. It's like my sole goal is to do whatever and destroy this person. Now, it does seem like there are people out there to do that, but that's a whole nother video, guys. So pay attention to how you feel, and then try to step back from it. Observe it. Simply be the observer. That's what you do. if you need to write things down, if you need to, because the best thing to do is write it down and burn it, send it back to source, let it turn into something else. My opinion, it's always worked for me. The other thing I would suggest to do would be, besides writing it down, simply forgive yourself. I mean, I've gone over this for years and years, even with myself. I mean, not only was it something I taught, but it's something I personally used is, hey, I forgive me. I forgive me for that thing. I forgive the situation for that thing. I forgive the person for their actions. Not because of what they did to you, not because they did something to you, but if you forgive the person, then you're kind of like cutting that tie. And that doesn't mean, okay, let me explain, okay? Because forgiveness doesn't mean, oh yes, I forgive you, everything's lovey-dovey. No. Yes, that is a part of forgiveness. But when you forgive a person in a situation for harm that is done to you, an action that you experienced, it's not like forgiving the person or the being that they are or the actual whole thing, their character, their drive, no. It's simply forgiving. You're forgiving the person so that you let go of the ties. Just because you forgive them doesn't mean you need to be around them again. As a matter of fact, I would say stay the hell away. Just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean that they need to be in your life. Just because you forgive a situation doesn't mean that you need to repeat that situation. You're forgiving the situation to stop it from repeating. You forgive the person in the action to stop it from repeating. Because if you're not able to forgive that within your energy, because remember, we're energy and everything stays stuck, right? Everything stays stuck. Then it's going to cause disease. And if it's in your energy, our energy is just like a magnet. So it's going to attract more things like that into your energy if you're not able to forgive it. Now, we do have to grieve over situations. So I'm not saying, oh, hey, you get raped, you need to forgive like tomorrow. Fuck no. You have time to process that because you have to grieve. You have to grieve over that. There were too many things, too many factors that play into being able to go, oh yeah, I forgive. Now somebody walks by and they're like, hey, fuck you, and it pisses you off. Yeah, okay, I forgive you. I forgive you. Because you don't know what that person is doing. Like I knew somebody who would do that to their own mother because that was their endearment, their I love you. I'm playing, hey, fuck you, mom. Hey, fuck you, kid. Weird, I know, but it's okay. Because sometimes that happens. We're not here to judge anyone else and what they do or what's going on in their family. Why? By who has the right to judge? Are you judging your own life? You don't need to be judged. We don't need a judge or jury. We don't. It's not a thing that is supposed to be happening. We just simply go, hey, this was a bad thing. It happened. Yeah. My stepfather molested me. Did I forgive him? Yeah, I did. I certainly did. Did it take me a while? Yeah, it took me a while. But I forgave him while he was still alive. And in his little mind, he didn't think what he did was super severe because it was normal in his world, apparently. And that was handed down and handed down and handed down. How sucky is that? However, I also know in that situation, it created an energy in me that wanted to make damn sure that all that shit was going to stop with me and it would not go further with my daughter, my sons. Sometimes I wish I would have taken the time to forgive him a little sooner because I could have avoided some other situations. Because, you know, we carry that shit with us all through our life. We carry that shit with us. We carry it with us with our relationships. Hell, I freaking got married and totally blocked out the shit that I was freaking molested by bikers that my dad hung around with, right? Had no memory of it. Got married, being with my husband, and ooh, memories came in. It fucking freaked me out. I had some shit to deal with. And of course, so did he. Because he didn't know how to handle the situation. But that's a story for a whole nother day. You know? The thing is we've all gone through some really bad shit. Okay? We've all gone through some really bad shit. And you sweep it under the rug. And you don't want to look at it. But honey, if you don't look at it, what's going to happen? It just builds up and builds up and builds up, and eventually you're going to walk through the house and you're going to trip over that fucking mound of shit you tried to hide under the rug because it's too goddamn big for you to walk on or walk over. You got to go through it eventually. I think that's what's going on there, huh? Come on. Can't go around. Can't go over. Got to go through. You got to go through. And love yourself every step of the way. Hug your energy, that inner child. Love it. Let it know you are here to protect it. You are here. No one's going to put you through that again because you got this. You're big enough and old enough to protect that little child within you again. You can do that. You wanted to when you were little. You wanted to protect yourself and protect others around you. But you were little. And now you're an adult. And you can protect that little child within you, no matter what age of a child you are. Because that's what everybody forgot, sweetie. We're still children. It doesn't matter that we become adults when we're like 28 years old. Puberty in. It doesn't matter that, well, the world say we're seniors when I don't even know what the age is now. It used to be 55 and 65. We're elders when we're 70. That's supposed to be such an honor. An elder at 70. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to reach that. I really am. It only seems hard to heal. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Because, honey, if I can heal, you can heal. Because I've gone through some shit. And I know people have gone through shit. And it is hard. And you don't want to look at it. But you just stand up in front of it and go, you know what? I won't allow you to continue to be my bully. I want to see you for what you truly are. I want to know what it is I can learn from this situation so I can carry my badge in honor, my war wound in honor, because fucking you deserve it. You fucking deserve it. Is it any different than going, oh, look, I won my battle of skin cancer. I beat that shit. Look, there's my scar. Is it supposed to be an honor? It's a reminder. But I beat it. I did it. I don't even know if I beat it. It was just there. We had a conversation. I'm like, why are you hanging out? Wow, you're cool. I was actually really upset because I didn't get to see it. Because it was just a little ball that rolled around in a mole. It was my friend. Oh, yeah, I know. My friend, I'm such a weirdo. It's okay. I'm telling you these things because the world is changing fast. The split of humanity is coming, and that doesn't mean like the split of, um, oh, we're freaking, I don't, what, prejudice? I don't, I'm not talking that kind of split because that's just fabricated bullshit to keep us angry with one another. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. I got damn ducks out there that have black eggs, and I got some fucking chickens out there that have white eggs. And there's even some yellow eggs and some peach eggs, and and they all look different and they're all cool. And I gotta tell you, those black duck eggs are fucking amazing, and some of them are great. And they all look different, and they're all different sizes. And some of them are male and some are female. But you know what? You crack open the fucking egg and it's the exact same thing inside. Sure is. Not even different. I just happen to have blue eyes and brown hair and a lack of teeth at this point. But at least you know I'm not AI generated. I'm real as real can be, baby. I'm not a vain person, although I had some heartache over being on here without teeth. But, what can you do? Just be me. I can't make any more teeth. Can't make the dentist do anything any quicker. I can't, my money tree died apparently because, I haven't seen it in a long time. Ever. And it's okay. Because I really don't give a shit whether or not I have dollar bills of federal debt in my wallet or not. It's just debt. I don't even own the fucking bill. It's not even mine. It is federal debt. So money is what? Paper with cotton fibers. That's what it is. And we trade it and kill for it and steal for it and do the dumbest things over government debt. Well, okay. It's about accepting where I'm at. It's about it going, you know what? I need to be on here and speak what I need to speak. It doesn't matter what I look like. It really doesn't. What matters is that I share because the world fucking needs what I have to say. It really does. I've been fighting it for years. I've been told my whole life I should be a preacher teacher. So I became a certified life and success coach. I don't give a damn. There's a certification. I got fucking all kinds of shit certified. I don't care. I don't need a piece of paper to go, oh yes, you have achieved this goal. We can now say that your name is on a piece of paper and you're qualified to do this thing. I was qualified to do this thing the day I crawled out of my mother's womb. You know why? Because Source said so. Read it in my astrology chart. Okay. And everybody's the same way. Honey, there's so many things you can learn about yourself that you don't have to stay stuck in the damn programming of this world. And that is where the split of humanity is coming. It is those that are stuck in the programming and those that know. I've been saying since the beginning of the fucking pandemic, the pandemic, 2020, because I got all this information November 19th about the whole shit that was going on. And I am grateful that Source loves me enough to give me that information. So, anywho. Going through the split. You gotta change. You gotta love yourself. You really do. Like, I want y'all to heal. Just heal. Sweetie, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. There is absolutely no thing wrong with you. Not one thing. Not one thing. Not one thing. Nope, not even that. Nothing wrong with you. You were made perfectly imperfect because it is the imperfect that makes us perfect. That's what gives us an extraordinary view of things. You know, that's why my little quirks and my little things are a little bit more extraordinary than your little things that are extraordinary. That's what makes it so freaking interesting. That's what makes the world go round. Everybody's a little different. People like different music and they like different colors and they like different hairstyles and they like different all kinds of shit. And all these things are out there for you to look at and go, hey, I like this. I'm going to keep this for me. And I like this and I like this. And oh, wait, now that I've grown and I like this, I realize this no longer resonates with me. So I'm going to let that go. Is there something else that can come in? Oh, wait, yeah, that's really cool. It's all about learning. I mean, the world is full of options, limitless opportunity. Source God made it that way. That's why we have free will. But then technically we kind of, what is free will? You have free will. Are you going to follow all of the shiny gold keys? Or are you going to follow what you know is shining within? It's kind of the same story. The dark wolf, the white wolf. When you want to feed, which one do you want to feed? The white wolf, who will always be kind and loving? Or the mean wolf, who's always going to bite you? Why do you want to nourish that? Maybe you should ask yourself, why do you want to nourish that? Why do you want to nourish the wolf that's after you or biting you or being mean or angry? Or why do you want to nourish that? Huh? Because it's just part of you. This is your ego. Your ego is not bad. Fucking give your ego an award. I still want to seriously make me a physical award for my ego because I'm like, fucking bravo, ego. I was so upset one day sitting here around the house, and I'm just oh my goodness, and I'm hollering, and I'm just like, what the hell? And then I paused in the middle of all of it and just cracked up laughing. I just cracked up laughing because I'm like, oh, my ego, bravo. You deserve a fucking award. Because my ego has literally put me through all the things that I know that I'm not, all the things that I know that I do not wish to be, simply to let me know I am on track. I am doing what I need to be doing. That ego, all that shit throwing in, most of that stuff, that crap that had to be cleared out, was programming. It was programming. And it is so hard to let go of some programming. I mean, something as simple as mom. Mom is supposed to mean something magnificent. But everybody's mom. So where's the uniqueness in mom? You're taught to honor your mother and your father, regardless if they're mean and hateful and angry and all that shit. You're taught to honor them. You should look up, you listen to your elders, right? I'm here to tell you this. You listen to your gut feeling because that is your spirit telling you what you are all about. That's what it's doing. You feel your heart. What is your heart telling you? So is your gut, your heart, and your mind all in a line? All right, got a bug in my eye or something, I don't know. Fuzz? Are they when you make a decision? Is there a little fear in there? Is that fear standing up going, hey, how bad you want it? Hey, how bad you want it? Hey, how bad you want it? Are you going to fall into the programming and believe everybody that fear is like that thing that you should fucking run away from? Or are you going to know that fear is there to go, hey, how bad do you want it? You know the fear is here to help you run through the thing that you're uncertain about or that you're uncomfortable with. And the thing is we haven't been comfortable in a long time about a lot of things, including me. I am so uncomfortable sitting here doing videos. I really am. You'd sit and think watching my videos, I'd be great, but I am not. that comfortable doing videos. I'm not a people person. I'm not out in this world at all. I like to be the hermit at the edge of the village, and that is me. That is me. I've seen enough people in this world, and I've seen enough in that I am safe right here. This is what makes me cozy, my place. But I also know it's because there's so much hurt out in the world, and there's so much confusion. And yes, we can sit and say there's a battle against good and evil, and there's always this spiritual battle going on, and demons are there, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da. And what if it's just shadows and negative energies that need to play? Because energy is energy. It is not good or bad. And sometimes energy shows up just to be acknowledged. Is it any different than you're just sitting there and you're relaxing in the evening? You're, oh my God, I'm watching the news. Oh, fuck, I got this weird ass pain. Fuck, what the hell is that? Maybe your body just needs to be acknowledged because you haven't fucking paid attention to it. It just needs you to pay attention. Maybe you've just been working too damn hard and not stretching enough. All you gotta do is fucking wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I'm gonna stretch to the sky. And then I'm gonna stretch to the floor. That's a stretch. Get you started on your day. And you'll be surprised. If you do that stretch, you'll feel your body going, oh, hey, can we do another stretch? And then maybe while you're standing there pouring your coffee, you can do a little stretch this way. Make sure your side is stretched. A little stretch this way. Yeah. Just get your body moving. That's all you're doing. You're going, hey, I acknowledge you. Yes, I'm going to stretch you before I go do all the things that I have to do because I'm going to go to the bathroom and jump in the shower and throw on some clothes and get my shit ready and grab my lunch and walk out the door. And then I'm going to drive to work. And then I'm going to do all the shit I got to do during the day. Thank God I get to take a lunch break. But shit, I'm just sitting on my ass. And, man, rough day. And then finally, you get home and you want to just sit on your ass because then, you know, there's dinner to cook and laundry to do and lawn work and all this other shit. And you still haven't taken care of your body. I still wonder, and I will always wonder, because this is what I firmly believe. All of this stuff has happened the past 4 years. Well, I guess we're on to 25. That has happened since 2020. And I really do believe all of this has happened for us to get back to the basics. For us to remember who we are. To remember that the earth provides us with absolutely everything we need. So gardening is fabulous. Doesn't matter what they're spraying in the sky. Still, growing your own food is great. I'm a little upset that our government doesn't care enough to say, hey, put you a victory garden in the yard. Because they really don't care about us. They care about money. However, getting back to nature's remedies, medicine, growing and our own food, raising our own food, getting down to the basics. And I don't mean only doing what you need, but getting down to the basics, like paying attention to the weather, listen to the sky, the trees, the clouds, the wind, all of it. I'm sitting at the table early and the clouds, and I'm like, well, I'm supposed to rain today. What is going on? I didn't see anything. And start sniffing the air, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I smell some raindrops, but they're a little too far away to be affecting us because I could smell it in the air. I could feel it in the energy because I've become more attuned to the earth that has grown me because I am part of the earth. I'm made of the earth. I have the same minerals and things that the earth has, right? My ride through this realm is on the earth. She is my mother. She carries me. She nurtures me. She keeps me sturdy on the ground. The earth is my mother. The earth is your mother. She is everyone's mom. She's the one who allows us to live here and play because it's a place to play. And I'll have to get seriously into that. I guess the whole point of this video is to go, I put off doing the videos because I know there's going to be a time that I'm going to have to get on here and do videos all the time. And I will be consumed with helping heal anyone who shows up on my page. Because I got a lot of credentials. I got a lot of knowledge. And I simply want to share it freely for someone else to use it and help themselves. Because, well, I'm kind of tired of running into all these new coaches that aren't coaches. Man, that was disappointing to see. They're just regurgitating everything we learned with the same old fucking story, not really learning anything new. They're a salesman and they're making money. But they're making you believe that you're learning some good shit because they're telling you the same shit that you would learn. And that might be the benefit. It's not like you're getting all the information from everybody doing all the studying, but there's some pretty good key points of that people bring up. You know, the things people talk about. Alan Watts is a good one to listen to. You know, a lot of dead people. A lot of dead people had a lot of great shit to say, and people are just regurgitating it. They're not teaching what they've actually learned. Because anybody that I have known, like the old ones, in my opinion, and yes, I could be judgmental, but in my opinion, the ones that I learned, the spiritual teachers, the coaches, all of those, even NLP, hypnosis, all the shit. Okay, psychology, all of it. There was integrity about the person, about what they teach, about how they taught. I don't see that so much today, and maybe I'm just not looking at the right corner of the scrying mirror to find them. However, I have yet to see them because I've been a little disappointed. Yeah, I mean, good for them that they're getting people to go, yeah, they need a coach, they need somebody to talk to. We're going to do some little things and do healing and da-da-da, and that's great. It really is. It really is. I'm not bitching that people are being taken to go, hey, yes, we're going to open up. We're going to try to heal. We're going to do a different timeline. We're going to pretend. We're going to, yeah, okay. And all of that is actually really great. I'm not knocking it at all. My thing is this. If you really want to change something in your world, there are ways to do it. It's so simple. I actually took a scenario to prove to myself that this would work about my mom, my relationship with my mom. And I imagined it to be different than what it was, as though there was a different outcome. And you know what? She and I actually communicate. She actually speaks to me now. She talks to me. She tells me things that she would tell a friend. That's what she does now. Not very often, but interesting. Because I cannot say that my mom isn't my friend, because I don't talk to her enough, don't ever see her. Don't, well, I can't say ever. I have, but I don't know how long it's been. Years? I don't know. 13 years maybe. Talk to her periodically when I can. I know the intimate things about her. I know that her favorite bird is a Carolina wren. I've always known that. I know that she absolutely loves to paint and she holds such pride in it. And she gains such a feeling and a spirit of mastery when she's in those moments of creation. But she doesn't let herself do it because she's too busy with trying to keep the balance and making her relationship work and all that stuff. And I don't blame her because that's who she is. She's a Libra, by the way. You know, I am a Capricorn with a Leo moon, if that helps anybody. Anywho, but it has changed. It changed the way we speak. It changed the way we interact with one another. It changes. It hasn't made us much closer, but then again, I'm really cool with the way my relationship is with my mom right now. So I have it the way I want it. I'm not upset about that. The fact that I could change it and have it what I wanted, because it's all I wanted, was to be able to actually have a conversation. To be able to hear what was going on in her world. Because sometimes she would talk to me like I was a stranger and telling me about all the shit that's going on with her family, as though I was not part of it. Which was actually really good because I got more information from her than her, well, oh, that's my daughter. But, you know. And then there was another little thing that bothered me about Mom, I remember, is very little do we communicate. Like, truly, maybe once every 6 months, if that. And it's not even us communicating, because it's not like I have a cell phone. So it might be through email, or she'll send a text to my daughter. And it's always about, well, how's your mom? How's your mom? Your mom, mom, your mom. It's not ever Ricky. So I went back and I did that very thing with my mother, relationship with my mom. Well, yeah, it'd be nice if you actually acknowledged me as Ricky instead of, oh, tell your mom, you know, because I am her daughter. And it would be nice to be acknowledged as such. At least by her, if she doesn't even tell anybody that she has another daughter. And that's okay too. But it changed. And she actually is calling me by my name. And that means a big deal to me. Because I was not seen as a child. I was the whipping boy, the doormat, you know? And that's okay too. We've all had experiences like that. So it's not like it's a bad thing. It's made me who I am. It's made me know that, yeah, even as a child, I was strong enough to handle it. And that's why it got all thrown on me, because it was so easy. It was just easy. If you've got adults that are confused and they have no idea what they're doing and they see this child with this energy, of course they're going to throw shit on them. You know, my stepdad was so afraid of my energy because how in the hell can you be that way when I am not that? You're just little. Because I have a Leo moon. He was a Leo sun. And he was literally terrified of my energy. Which is probably why his excuse was having control, which is why he was the pedophile in the family. That's okay. Anywho, I laugh at this because it sounds like a made up story now that I think back on all the things that have happened, because I'm like, it's just so, I'm not in the emotion of it anymore. I have observed it. I have healed it. I have looked at it. Sometimes I go, some of the shit I went through, no wonder everybody was like, damn, man, I'd be in a mental institution like anybody else would be a fucking drug whore. Yeah, now I understand. It's taken me many years to get that statement. Where before I was like, what does that mean? Is there something wrong with me because I'm not? And then I realized it's absolutely fucking fabulous that I'm not those things. It's a rarity to see someone like me, apparently. I have learned that a lot of people are afraid of my energy. I don't mean to be loud and boisterous and bold. I'm not a bit angry. Well, yes, I do get angry, but I'm not abusive. I don't throw things. I don't hit things. I don't, if I get angry, I'm just like, "Ugh," or I clean, or I do something constructive destruction in healthy ways. I deal with my emotions. I don't throw it out on somebody else or lash it out on somebody else because how dare I? How dare I throw what I have been told as a child, and somewhere in me I still believe as a victim that could be me, on somebody else verbally so that they can feel as horrible as I did the first fucking time that was thrown on me? How dare I? I knew how bad that felt. Why would I want to do with somebody else? Why would I want to do that to someone else? That's just fucking mean. Don't be mean. Be nice to you. Because by doing that, you're also being mean to you. Because you're allowing all of their hurt and pain that they threw on you to stick to you, to bond to you, and become part of you. Let it go. Release it. It never belonged to you to begin with. It was never yours to carry. You only thought it was, honey. Unfortunately, I've learned that adults have this fucked up way of throwing their skeletons on the children. Because why? We wonder why that happens. It's because children are of light. They hold the light. They have not been covered with all the ash and programming of the world, so it piles up like heavy, like ash from a damn volcano. It brings you down. They haven't been completely covered yet. They still have and remember the connection with the divine. Because without that connection, you would not be here. Which means you are also divine. Remember that. And unfortunately, a lot of us that went through really hard shit, it's because we went through that hard shit to be sitting here going, hey, I know what it's like. I know how hard it is. I've been there, honey. And I'm here to tell you, if I can make it, because I was the wimpiest wimp. If I can make it, so can you. It's better reach away. Seriously. You just gotta love yourself enough to do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. What matters is that you do it. Because my biggest fear has been, I'm going to move into this level of energy, and all of those that I love are going to be stuck in this other energy. There's no way that we can come back together because I can't go back to what I once knew. I've learned too much. I've gained too much knowledge. I cannot be that. I can't be the rock that was covered with ash anymore. Pretending to be nothing, struggling, wondering why I even existed because I'm carrying everybody else's shit, and therefore I was not able to shine my own divine light in which God had created me to do. Because I was then quite sinful. Because I was not living as God saw me, as God knew me to be. Because I allowed others to make me believe that I was less than. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with us at all. We are absolutely perfect, just the way we are. It doesn't matter that I've lost teeth. It doesn't matter that my age is making me wrinkle or that I've got silver hair growing in. I'm fucking perfect, baby. I'm absolutely perfect. Because I was created this way. Who am I to doubt what I look like? I was made perfect in God's image. So it does not matter what my outside shell looks like. What matters is what my insides look like. And you know what? When I crack open all those eggs, they are golden, just like we are golden light. And we shimmer so bright. Each and every one of us. It doesn't matter if you're hiding in a corner and you're crying, baby. You're still light. You're still love. And because you are love, there's other love that feels your love. And as long as you know that, that love can grow. You may not feel that in your own home, but it's there. It's in the world. I love you. I love you. I think it is amazing that we are so different. I think that it is freaking fabulous that none of us look the same. I think it's fucking terrific that you could have a fucking twin or a triplicate and you could still find differences. Even in a natal chart, there are differences. We are all unique. The first letter of our name means a thing. Look back and do your stuff. Look, just look. See how important just the first letter of your name means. I'm getting a little too excited. I got a bit of a headache today, so forgive me. The last digit of your birth year means a thing. Like, there are so many, the color of your eyes means a thing. There's just so many things that your natal chart means all kinds of things. You know, if anybody ever said, hey, I need a handbook, that's it. And I've said that already. A fucking handbook would be your natal chart. Like, that would be the best thing, honestly, for anybody to do and start learning. Start learning your children. This is what you can help them grow just by learning what they're going to go through. Isn't that the whole point? I mean, I really hate the fact that, yes, we are children having children. I did the same thing because I did not know. You know, I believe like everybody else, when you're 18, you're an adult because that's what you thought. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not an adult until I'm fucking 28 years old and my frontal cortex is developed. And you know, I was working on going through a divorce at that time. Can you imagine how screwy up I was? Whoa. You know, a lot of us going through some shit. And I'm sitting here going, wow, how much nicer would it have been if I had a half of an inkling of an idea of the type of person I was when my freaking Saturn return came around when I was 30. Because I had no idea. It totally, my whole world just went kaboom. Big boy. Yep, what? Okay. All kinds of shit happens. There are all kinds of things that you could look up to find out why you are the way you are. Even down to the consonant letters in your first name. Like how there's an A, I, O, U, and they all mean something. And that, of course, A and E are really, you know, go-getters, and it's powerful, and it's a lot of courage and energy, and each one means something new, just like your eye color and the first letter of your name and the last letter of your birth year, and you can add up years, and there's all kinds of shit with numerology. I mean, come on. The thing is we've been taught not to worry about any of that stuff. We've been taught to just consume and to listen and to do because that's what we do. We don't question. That's why we are thrown into school. So we don't question. We're in little child prison so they can teach us what we want to. And then that way they can go, oh, hey, yeah, this person's going to regurgitate everything we tell them. So, yeah, we want them to be higher up because we're going to want them to work for us because they'll do exactly what we say. What a wonderful slave. Yeah, regurgitate the information we feed you. And what happens to all those that think outside of the box? They don't want to be the cookie cutter, that are completely different, that are like, oh no, man, I can't. Authority, I have an issue. Y'all, those great ones. Those that were considered the black sheep of the family. It's because you're more spiritual. It's because you're still connected. You never lost your connected with the divine, even if you fucking got afraid of it. You never lost it. It just grew. Because you stayed true to you. Now, we may still have gone out there and done what we were supposed to do because that's what we were told by the powers that should not be. You got a slave. You got to go out there and you have to get a car and get a job and get a house and do all those things and work as hard as your parents did because, don't you want to better yourself? So you got to work even harder, and then you try to have a family. Oh, wait, no, we can't have families because it's just too hard to have families. You don't want to have more kids. The world is being overpopulated, even though they're not telling us that there's extra terrain out there, which is why there are things called extraterrestrials. But no, they want you to believe that we live on this tiny little ball that's floating in the earth, and I don't believe that is a possibility when there is proof that there is other terrain. Now, we may not live on a fucking flat earth, but I guarantee you we ain't living on a ball. However, we are inside a gyroscope, so, things happen. I believe this lovely matrix that we live in is controlled by the extraterrestrials, if you will, the paranormal, the spirit realm. How do you want to see it? I think that's why people run into those places. And oh my God, I lost time. And oh, you ain't supposed to be here. Or da da da. Same thing with running into something like if you see aliens or angels or it's just your mind. You are creating what you see. It is your motion that makes you see. You want to see Bigfoot? You're going to fucking see Bigfoot. Because that's what you want to do. You believe you're going to go burn in the hell, then you're going to burn in hell when you die. You're going to have that experience because it was a mind. It was a belief. You are not your physical fucking body. Your energy. Thoughts are energy. Imagination is energy. That's the start of your creation is your imagination. Why do you think they told us when you were kids? Don't be imagining shit. Stop daydreaming. Quit playing with your imaginary friends. Even though we had to believe in our parents' imaginary friends. Only because it was written in a book called the Bible. Just saying. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this. And I'm still going to be heartbroken because, there are people out there that I know aren't going to be able to be where I am at today. And it sucks. Because, yeah, part of that was being selfish because, I'm kind of getting tired of doing everything alone, And then I sit there and I go, wow, because I know I've always been 7 years ahead of the fucking game. And it just sucks because I sit there and I twiddle my thumbs and wait after being beaten and belittled and ostracized and told I was wrong and oh, that's horrible and how dare you and da-da-da. And, oh, wait, look at this newest, coolest thing. Look, 7 years later. Same motherfucking thing I just brought up, really? Okay. But it's cool now that you got it, but I was absolutely horrible for bringing it up, right? Or even doing anything like that. That's because of the fucking programming of the world. Well, I may not be able to bring all those people with me. I may not be able to have all those people with me, but you know what? I could do this. I just can sit and talk and I can say things and I can be like, look, guys, we're energy. You are fucking God. You are so magnificent that there is absolutely nothing in this world that compares to you because it is your world that you create. Yes, fucking all of us as a collective are creating the world, the programming, the musics, the different things, but that's because we're being, well, psyoped is the word that came into my mind. We're all being programmed. Your phone is programming everything that you look at. Your phone is creating the person that you are today. Because you look at a thing and they're going to go, ooh, I like that. Well, no, we want you to like this, so we're going to give you ads of this. Oh, no, see, we want you to have this frame of mind, so we're going to bring this in so that you're focused on this, not what I want you to focus on. I'm trying. trying. I'm trying. Ah, son of a bitch. Ah.